Hello everyone, I am back for another video. My name's Melissa and this is my channel Purling Through Life, which is all about knitting and crochet and all the yarny goodness. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I have to say I'm very proud of myself. It is 3 weeks in a row that I have been able to put out a video every week. If you've been around for a while, you know that I have had a year-long hiatus, but I am back at it. And for 3 weeks straight, I have been able to put out a video. Now, I'm not sure what days the videos will be recorded on or which days they'll be uploaded, but as long as I get a video out there once a week, I am very happy. So last week, I posted a video about my works in progress. It was a whip parade, and I have 26 works in progress, of which I did frog 6. So this week I thought I would do a little bit of a different video. And going forward, I'd like to alternate my videos where one week I show you progress, such as finished objects and progress on my whips. And then on the in-between weeks, like this week, I'd like to show you different things. So for this week, I'd like to show you some new makes. Yes, I started 2 new things. And I'd also like to share with you some patterns that I found recently on Ravelry that I really, really like, and some acquisitions. Also, if you have any ideas for the in-between weeks where I'm not sharing my progress, I'd really appreciate it. You could post it down below in the comment section for any ideas of things you'd like to see. I would really appreciate that. So let's get started with my 2 new starts. So my first new start is living in this bag by Forbidden Fiber Co. And I got this bag last year in the Advent box. And in it is living the Cider House Socks by Summer Lee. And this pattern is a cabled pattern. And here is the progress that I have so far. You knit this cuff down, and I normally only knit 15 rounds of a cuff, so this is quite a bit more. And then here is what I have done so far. I hope you can see a little bit of the cable pattern. Once I get more done, you'll be able to see more. But I'm knitting these on 2.25 needles, and these DPNs are new to me. They are from Knit Pro, and I'm liking them. They're not as sharp as the Hi-Hi's, but they're getting the job done. And this cabled pattern is very easy to memorize. All the yarn that I'm using for this sock is from Leading Men Fiber Arts on the Showstopper base, which is a 75/25 superwash merino wool. And here is the main skein, and this is called Can't Quit You. Here are the minis. Here are the minis. So that is my first new start. My next new start is also living in a Forbidden Fiber Co. bag, and in it is the One Love Shawl MCal by Locatelli. This MCal started at the beginning of November, and as of right now, there are 2 clues out, 2 out of 4, and the 3rd clue will come out very soon. It'll come out tomorrow. I'm not sure when you'll be seeing this, but I have nearly completed clue 2, and I'm going to show you my progress. If you don't want to see anything, spoiler alert, I'm about to show you my progress. So this shawl is a crescent shape, and it is made for 1 skein of yarn, of fingering weight yarn. And here is what I have so far. So most of it is garter, but there is a little bit of lace in it so far. And right now I am on the lace. I just have a few more rows to go, and I will have clue 2 completed. I hope to get it done before clue 3 comes out. So the needles that were recommended were 4.5, but I chose to use a 4mm because I thought lace weight, or no, it is fingering weight yarn and a 4.5, that I didn't think that it would look very good. I am a loose knitter, so I decided a 4 millimeter, and I do like how it's coming out. And the yarn is by Less Traveled Yarn. Here's the tag, and she is no longer dyeing yarn. Here's what I have. This is old from my stash, but this is what I have. It's beautiful, and I believe this is a 75-25 as well. And the colorway is Plumeria. So there we go. And the MCAL ends at the end of November. And right now the pattern is $3. And once the MCAL is over with, the price will go up. So if you like this shawl, I'd go ahead and buy it now, even if you don't knit it until later, because $3 for the shawl is a really good price. Next, I'd like to share with you some patterns that I have recently found on Ravelry that have sparked my interest. I have 7 patterns here. Some of them are free and some of them are paid for. Some are knitted and some are crocheted. There's really no theme to any of these, but I do think a lot of them would make good gift knits. They seem to be fairly quick knits. They seem like they would be. The first pattern I'd like to share with you is a knitted pattern, and it is called Out of Office, and it is a scarf / shawl, and it is by Shana S. Cohen. It is $7 US. It's designed for fingering weight yarn, and it has a reversible textured pattern. There are 3 sizes available. There is the mini version, which takes 50 grams of yarn, the medium version, which takes 100 grams of yarn, and the large version, which takes 150 grams. And the pattern calls for a 4 millimeter needle. The next pattern is crocheted, and it is the Granny Stripe Shawl, and it is by CrochetObjet. Sorry if I said that wrong. This seems like the perfect scrappy project, and it is $6 US. It is also designed for fingering weight yarn, and you can make it as small or as large as you want, but the sample shown, if you want it to look like that, it looks to be that it is made with 273 to 328 yards, and this is finished with a scalloped edge and calls for a 3 millimeter hook. The next pattern is a knit pattern called the Popple Bandana, and it is from the Lamb Kid Designs, and it is a free pattern. If you go on their website, all their patterns are free and they're beautiful. For the sample shown, the main color is a fingering weight yarn. 100 grams, about 400 yards would be enough. And the contrast color is a lace weight yarn. I believe it is alpaca silk, and it is 50 grams, about 328 yards. And I think you would hold the lace weight yarn double, but I'm not entirely sure. So that is how the sample was knit. But you could also just choose 2 fingering weight yarns if you don't want to use any lace weight yarn. And the needle recommended is 4 millimeters. Then we have the Elmer Tea Beanie, which is also by the Lamb Kid Designs. It is another free pattern. And this pattern calls for worsted weight yarn, approximately 135 yards, and it comes in 1 size, and it recommends using a 3.5 millimeter and a 4 millimeter needle. One cool thing about this pattern is that the front has a bit of a rolled edge and the back has ribbing, which looks really interesting to me. I have another knit pattern to share with you, and it is called the Misty Mornings, and it is by Johanna. It is $10.16 US. The hat is designed for 2 strands of silk mohair held together, and the yardage is between 344 yards to 427 yards. There are 3 sizes available: small, medium, and large, and the needle sizes recommended are 3.5 millimeter and 4 millimeter. Some cool things about this pattern is that there is a folded brim and the crown is folded into a cool envelope shape. I found that very interesting. This next pattern is a free crochet pattern and it is called Bumblebees. And I don't want to butcher the designer's name, but if you click the link down below, her name will be listed there. But this is absolutely adorable. These are so cute. The body of the bee calls for worsted weight yarn, and the wings are made with lace weight. It calls for a 3.5 millimeter hook, and there are eyes on the bees as well, and they are 7 millimeter animal eyes. Although this is a free pattern, it is a very detailed pattern with lots of pictures helping you assemble the bee correctly. And if you go to this designer's Ravelry page, you will be blown away by how realistic her amigurumis look. I couldn't believe it. The last pattern I have to share with you is a free knitting pattern, and it is just as adorable as the previous pattern. It is called 3 French Hens, and it is by Garland. The pattern calls for fingering weight yarn and recommends a 2 millimeter needle. You will need some bits of red felt for the beak, the wattle, and the comb, and the eyes are French knots made with black thread. So those are all the patterns that I have to share with you this week. Now we are on to acquisitions. The first acquisition I'd like to share with you is a sock set by Moonglow Yarn, and here it is. This is the Fall Festive Sock Set. It is 160 grams total of fingering weight yarn, 75-25 superwash merino nylon. The main skein is 100 grams, and then there are 6 10-gram minis. And with this set, I would like to knit the Falling for Foxes socks. These are the cutest colorwork socks I have seen in a long time. They're cuffed down, and there are 3 sizes available, and it calls for a 2.25 millimeter needle, but you can use whatever needle you like. So these won't be started for a while. I probably won't start them till well after the new year. And FYI, I am also getting the Christmas sock set from Moonglow Yarn. Next is another sock set, and this is from Kirby Werby. This is on the sparkle base. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% fabulous stellina, and it's a 2-ply, 425 yards. And this is self-striping. Just beautiful. I don't know, can you see the sparkles in it at all? I don't know. And the colorway is Frozen Farmers Heine with Samantha Mini. I have no idea what that means. This is just beautiful. Next is my Freckled Whimsy Self-Striping Yarn of the Month Club, and this is the yarn for November. Here it is. It is a very, very fall, and this is called Hot Cider and Hayrides. It's on their Serendipity base, 75-25 superwash merino nylon, and 100 grams for 460 yards. So I get this every month. I love self-striping yarn, and I love Freckled Whimsy. And last but not least are some mini skeins from Molly Klein Designs. Here they are. There's a set of 6 here. They're fingering weight yarn, 20 grams each. And they are 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. She had lots of different color combinations, and I chose this one. So that's all that I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and even consider subscribing. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll be back next week with a progress video to show you any finished objects I have and some progress on my whips. So until then, bye for now.